I'm going to let people join us in a few minutes. I'll wait a few minutes, let people get on here. And, hey, Priya. Hey there, Coco pranksters. We have some big news to report. Hey, for those who don't know, I am one of the co-editors with my wife, Larisse, over here, for the website Duchonvy.com.
I think everyone knows that.
Not everybody in the world knows that. Probably Rebel, hey, the Duchonvy.com or at Duchonvy on Twitter. Facebook, Duchonvy. Yeah, me, hey, what's up, Rebel? And,
Hi, Pat.
Oh, that's Pat. Oh, hey, Pat, how you doing? So, if you guys heard about this article in Portland, Oregon that came out today, we tweeted it. A few people tweeted it. It's like, hey, hey, look, the Portland, Oregon concert, which is on the 17th, right? I think.
Of all places,
February 17th. Portland, Oregon, tweeted out.
Portland, and I just think of Fred Armisen.
But Portlandia, but Portland, Oregon also is kind of artsy fartsy town, right? Seattle too.
This
now
is
Northwest. Yeah, it's a bunch of granola hippies, right? You got the redwood forests and hippies. I mean, that's Oregon, right? Oregon. No, there was always this kind of joke back in the day. Oregon had one border patrol officer for the entire state. So, like, if China or somebody invaded, well, yeah, good wine, Portland, Oregon wine, yes. If somebody invaded, like China invaded through Oregon, they have one person that does border control in Portland, Oregon, to do the entire coastline of Oregon.
We have to go to the concert now.
Maybe. My wife, Larisse, really wants us to go to the West Coast. We're doing this. If you don't know, we're doing a bus tour. If you want to join us, we're getting a 15-person bus, kind of like the RV in Europe thing.
No,
we got a 15-person, but it's not an RV. It's 15-person. Nobody's sleeping in this thing.
It has electricity.
Yeah, it has electricity. We have actual plugs.
And seats.
We have seats, actual seats that aren't Velcroed to like plywood or particle board. Yeah, so we're gonna have, hey, Kachu, what's up, Rachel? What's up? So we're gonna have this 15-person van. I'll be doing most of the drive. We're gonna go from New York to Boston, back to New York, to DC, to Baltimore, Alexandria, back to Newark. So if you're flying in from Europe, you can do like a round trip Newark thing on the 21st to 28th. We'll get you there, and we're gonna get hotels. We're talking to people. Find me on Twitter. But the reason I'm doing this little podcast or whatever, Periscope, we're getting ready to go to we went to see Doctor Strange tonight. I just did a Periscope about Doctor Strange. It's awesome. Love the movie, yada, yada, yada. But right before I go in, Larisse found this article earlier. Somebody tweeted it, so we retweeted it. And then Larisse went back and read it while we were waiting for the movie to start. It says, holy crap, they mentioned the Duchonvy in this article. So David Duchovny's people sent out a press release, or maybe the venue did, and the reporter from this Portland, Oregon newspaper put up I don't know if it's a blog. I think it was an actual newspaper, right? It wasn't just some random blog.
Portland Mercury.
Oh, the Portland Mercury. So whatever the hell that is. So the Portland Mercury has an article about David Duchovny performing, but the article's freaking hilarious because have you ever seen the press release that goes out? It's just like the same biography that's on the what do you call it there? On the ticketing. Like if you go to buy tickets, it says, oh, David Duchovny, he lives in LA, he lives in New York, he's bi-coastal, he's got books, he's got TV shows, he's got movies, Golden Globes for comic and dramatic acting, right? All the stuff we know about, right? If you're a Duchovnyak or X-File-y and blah, 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 right? So, but then you scroll down, but he can't figure out what this thing is. It can't be a concert, right? Is he reading from his book? Is he doing a one-man Californication? Is it Mulder? What was it, Mulder reading? It's actually a pretty funny article. Is it Mulder just sharing all his conspiracy theories on tour? Like, what is David Duchovny doing at the Aladdin Theater in Portland, Oregon? And then he went to Facebook and he found our event posting on the Duchovny's page on Facebook to find out, oh, he's in concert. What? He's in music. And then he goes to our website and he says, and he go to the Duchonvy.com, but don't go there because there's some things you can't unlearn.
Don't go there. If you want
I'm warning you, like there's some things you can't unlearn.
This is words. If you want to know too, click click the jump, but he did give us a backlink, thank you.
Yeah, you did link to our page, so that's hot.
But just remember that once you do, you can't unlearn. My question is, what is this?
Yeah, what's on our page that you can't unlearn?
The only thing that might be so I would not want to.
I share some pretty interesting stories sometimes.
Well, okay, yeah, it's true. You do talk about things like random things that happen in Europe. And
great food.
There were like 3 posts ago you were ranting about why people in the fandom
can't why can't we all get along in the fandom? Why does anybody have to be a douche? Why can't we all just be friends and get along and on ego, insecurity, let it all go. Let's all be friends, because it's really all about him and the catalyst for people just coming together and saying, hey, we're friends now because of him. But, there's all the, what I say Duchonvy is all about. They're saying, I don't understand why David is at the theater. Right. So, and that's part of,
They're saying that on all the Facebook venue pages.
Right.
Like, what is he going to do? He's going to stand up there, going to whistle the X-Files song? I'm like, well, this is kind of why we started Duchonvy, because we went to concerts and people didn't know he had an album. They thought he was doing all covers. So
well, yeah, and that's why I did the review.
Why you wrote your review.
That's why I wrote the review. I started the website because it was kind of like, this thing is just getting out of control. Like there were a dozen of us at the cutting room last year on May 12th. And we were all hanging out before. Half of them went to the Today Show that morning. The 2 days before, right? They were going. A couple of you guys were like following Jillian and David around to the what do you call them? The Fox and the NBC, the upfronts, right? It's like, hey, David.
Yeah, I did not do that.
And that's where you met Chris Carter, right?
Yeah, I didn't meet him. I saw him.
Oh, you saw Chris Carter, yeah. So but for years we've been going to his plays and his meet and greets, the SVA thing, right? And meeting people, and then meeting people through Twitter, and then blah, 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 blah. It's like just become this huge thing. That's why I started the website last year. And then in Chicago, I was like it wasn't even a mission. It just became a mission. Like, I didn't go there. I didn't go there with a purpose. I'm just really, really drunk. And everyone's like, I didn't even know he sang. I like, what are these songs? Who did these songs originally? It says, well, most of them he wrote. And they're like, no way. And just started talking to people and meeting new friends everywhere we went and saying, like, I felt like I was like the ambassador from David, the David Duchovny ambassador in, mixing it up, slumming it with the civilians, saying, oh yeah, he's got an album. He's even got a book now. They're like, he writes? Oh my God. He said, yeah, he's got that almost PhD thing, all but dissertation, ABD. Yo. So, like, it was, I'm not the trivia guy either. I don't know. I know all like the conceptual. I know the things he's done. I need all of you guys when it's like, when I, that person, or that episode, I don't remember all, I'm not like the Trekkie type, right? I can't remember what happened in episode 213 at this minute. Because some of you do, and that scares the freak out of me, but it's cool. I'm glad somebody does. I'm not that guy. I'm more concept. I'm more overall, right? You know what I'm talking about. Love Charnette, but man, she knows every minute of every show, and despite her age. And so mentioning the Duchovnyacs in this website, in this article in Portland, Oregon, has got us just tickled. And Jocelyn's the same way. Yeah, I'm just.
Stop laughing.
We're just like, we haven't had any alcohol or drugs in a while, and but I'm like on a drunk high. Like, I think it's hilarious, and it's also not that's because he mentioned us, but the way he mentioned us, and the way he talks about David, and like he's not singing, is he? No, is he writing? He must be doing something from his book.
No, it's just very tongue in cheek.
It's hilarious. It's wonderfully written. It's very light. It's very Oregon. It really is. It's very Oregon, man. No, I don't smoke. But so, if you haven't had a chance, it's on Duchovnyacs, right? Twitter, Duchovnyacs. We tweeted it. I'll retweet it for mine when I get done with this. So you can go to my page and you'll find it at Walt Frazier on Twitter. And it's just hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. And
is this like a review of their article now?
Yeah, I'm reviewing their article, and but for those who don't know, and if somebody who is like, I think everyone that's on here knows that's watching this live right now knows. But if you're stumbling onto this silly little moment, for the record, David Duchovny has an album called Hell or High Water that came out last year. And hey, Charnette, we're just talking about you trivia wonk you. And David Duchovny has an album, and it's Hell or High Water. It came out last year. He's been touring all over New York and Philly and DC and Boston, Chicago, Vancouver, Virginia, all over Europe this spring. We actually were in an RV for 2 weeks following him around. We're like the deadheads of the David Duchovny world. And yeah, we have issues, okay, but let's move past that. So, and he's coming to your town sometime. It's great music. It's kind of folk rock. They call it dad rock, RV, yes. No more RV. We're getting a 15-seat van and actual hotel rooms. So it's actually a little more expensive per person. However, it'll be a lot more comfortable and a lot less driving. We drove that RV for days at a time. One night, it was a mistake. I'm gonna cruise in this thing. So bring lots of pillows. Yeah, the RV, it was like a truck. But he has an album, and he has a new album. He is in the studio. So the party bus. Woo! Rock and roll! Where the article was wrong, the article was basically quoting our old information from like the old tour, where it's his Hell or High Water album with a few new tracks and a couple covers. There is an entirely new album that they are currently rehearsing and recording in studio this month in New York City as we speak. I mean, as we speak, they might be in studio recording. There are 4 songs that debuted at some point in the last year in the live shows that are not on the album. Every Third Thought, Somebody Else's Girl, Mo, or Less is Mo, but Mo, Less is More, but Mo for short. And Stay on the Train, right? Which I think is written for his daughter. Stay on the train. Did you guys see the video? I got my cast member dressed as like this cowboy that's supposed to be on the New York's High Line singing Stay on the Train. It's great music. When I first heard this album, and this is, and a lot of people have heard this story. Oh yeah, I got a whole bunch. Charnette's on here. Oh, am I in and out? I'm still, I don't know how good my connection is, but at some point, when I first heard about this album, I said, are you fucking kidding me? And the first line I heard was, Jack and Jill ran up on that hill.
No,
and I'm
that's not even the right lyric.
Oh, yeah, ran out. Oh, that's what I know, but I couldn't understand it because you were listening to it in the background. I'm doing work. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And then I didn't give the album a full listen until the Cutting Room concert. And then when I saw the Cutting Room concert, the live, not even David, everyone else is talking about David and Jillian kissing, right? Jalopny, but the band fucking rocks. The music is really good. And I sat right in front of Pat McCluster, and he had his shoes off. I'm like, who's this crazy guitarist hopping around, skinny little dude with little hipster beard, Brooklyn Yo, and William Williamsburg. No shoes on. I'm like, dude, he's gonna get like a splinter. I'm like, I'm old enough to worry about that shit. Like, I'm an uncle for everybody. So remember, and then like after the concert, I'm like, holy shit, that was really good. That music, Charnette sat at our table, right? That music was really, really good. And then I went home and listened to the album. By the time I got to Chicago, I didn't know all the words, but David thought I did. And we're at Joe's Pub, and we just having a good old time. And then Bubs, next night, Bubs. The right Bubs, not the wrong Bubs, because Sandy and Sandra?
Siri sent us.
Sandra Siri took us to the wrong Bubs. It took us to the hood. We were at some crispy fried chicken, Bubs Crispy Chicken with a K, which is kind of scary in the Midwest. There's too many K's involved. Like Trump supporters, right? So, where did I go? I'm going too far. I went too far. Worlds are colliding. So I had this pitcher of beer, and I was like at Bubs, and I was like, passenger in our car. And after the song, hey, you seem to know all the words. And then we went on this whole thing. And then after that weekend...
No, you wore his friggin' face.
I was the first one wearing his shirt. So I had the t-shirt with the milk carton photo.
His face out at the the wrong Bub's Fried Chicken.
You're at the wrong. Where? Have you seen my David? Have you seen my David? I'm in the Spanish Harlem of Chicago, outside Bub's Crispy Fried Chicken and Gyros, with David's picture, milk carton picture, hell or high water, and I'm just like, man, I can't find my David. Hey, where's my David? And then we got back in the van, started driving back down the highway. Route 94, I think it is. Went down. I said, has anyone seen David?
Are you sure you're not drunk?
I'm not drunk. I'm an actor. So I'm having a good time, but then I got drunk. I had like so much alcohol at Bub's. It was like, this is some crazy shit. And I had at least 2 pitchers of beer after having like 3 Long Islands. And I'm still standing. In fact, somebody at one point asked for a sip of my beer and then gave me this horrible like Natty Light can to refill it. But she only took a couple sips, but it gave me a whole Natty. But at that point, I could still tell it was piss. I can't drink that piss. But I was so drunk, I was like, okay, drinking that piss. And everyone's like, oh, give me some of your beer. Give me more of your beer. This is my beer. So I'm like, I get a pitcher of beer going, passenger. Yes, up an octave of my car. And I'm very loud because I'm opera trained. And David's like, it started talking to me. And I'm talking to these other guys. Oh, I know these 2 girls, like skinny bitches, that were trying to scooze up to the front. No, nothing wrong with being skinny, but these were club girls, skinny bitches, trying to squeeze, because I'm cute, so I get to be in the front, even though I got here an hour later, or 5 hours later. We were there for 5 hours waiting for this thing. We had dinner there. This is like an hour into the concert. I'm cute and sexy, so I get to be up front. So I was talking to them just to distract them, and then everyone's like, Walter, he's talking to you. It's like, oh, sorry, Mr. Duchonvy. And then we went on, so I had my beer, and it's kind of crazy, right? And then I started saying, so you seem to know all the words. Like, sure. Not really. I'm really not that good with lyrics. This is why I do improv comedy. I can't memorize shit, and I could direct a monologue like you wouldn't believe, but asking me to memorize it and do all that stuff that I know what I should be doing. But I could do it in improv, But David, have you seen my boy? Where are my toes? Oh, that's your thing. All right, so skip ahead. Hold on, bit. So I'm like, hey, I'm like, woo, and then all of a sudden, these guys, like local dudes, bar guys from the back, like Walter, and then of course Sandy and them and everybody else down front, like Walter. So I was like the main guy that day, right? I mean, I was like the drunk idiot guy wearing David's 10-year-old face all over my belly. So skip ahead to Philadelphia, Ardmore, and all of a sudden, you guys probably know how I sang on stage in D.C., and then the next night in New York, David talked about me singing and told me I had balls, and then we get to the Philly, and Pat McClusker actually brought me a pitcher of beer, and I'm pretty sure it's so I don't leave. It's not so much, it was a kind of a callback to Chicago, and so I don't leave the stage to go get beer, so that when they talk to me, I stay. So I had a good spot. I was like right there in front of Pat on the corner. I had people kept trying to push in and get in front of me. I said, get the fuck away from me. This is me. I got territorial. I was like getting ready to piss on this corner and say no. But no, it was good beer. It was like, I don't know what it was. Probably Yingling over there, right? If it's not Yingling over there, it's crap. So if it's not Scottish, it's crap. So it was only a half pitcher, but it was like 2.5 pints of beer maybe, and so blah 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 blah, and that's all before spending 2 weeks in Europe doing everything we did in Europe, and which was just fucking amazing, crazy fucking amazing. So for those who don't know, there's an album in the can, Hell or High Water. Get it on Amazon. It's great music. Whenever I can't sleep, I put it on. Whenever I'm driving, I put it on. Yes. It's great driving music. Yes. I have to put on my headphones because my wife is getting me sick and tired. I play this more than, I guarantee it, more than anybody else plays it.
Did you play it over and over again?
Yeah, I played it but you guys are sleeping. It's like 5 a.m. coming back from Chicago. I'm playing it over and over and over.
New music.
I'm singing along. Yeah, I want a live recording now of Unsaid Undone. I can't listen to the recording anymore. It's too slow. It's about 5 times faster when you do the live. 1, 2, 3, 4, Unsaid Undone. Like Sebastian or Davis, whoever's on the drums that day. Or another boom. I love the way Davis used to play Another Year because he basically did sing, sing, sing. I'm a jazz cat back from way back. So yeah, dude. So but Sebastian does. I think Sebastian must have done the one.
Are you Californian jet?
I don't know what I am, Dad. Jazzy.
You sound like a jazz.
I'm not at all. So Sebastian does it more like I'm guessing Sebastian did on the album. He does it the way it's on the album. Yeah, Benny Goodman, man. Sing, 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 yo. And Mel Tomei wrote that, didn't he? I forget. But Sebastian does it on the album, and then I get in trouble in Luxembourg because it's like I'm like jazz cats on the offbeat, and David's like, Walter, stop. So and then he says, shut up, Walter.
He just said stop it.
No, he said I heard him say stop it, Walter.
I have it on video.
Yeah, maybe it was a different time, or he didn't. Walter's off the mic a little bit. Stop it, Walter.
I just heard him say stop.
I heard Walter in the moment, and then you caught it on video. Like, oh, that's hilarious.
I didn't believe you.
And then he said, "Shut up, Walt." Most recently in Chicago at the X-Files panel, I said, I didn't say anything because Dita said they were talking about karaoke, and then Mitch goes to David. It's like, hey, this is the songmaster, and he just had a quick moment. Oh, I got a scapegoat in the front row, me. So. So that's basically the last year and a half in a nutshell. Started May 12th. It started long before that, but this latest kind of thing started May 12th. And for those who don't know, the music's a lot of fun. Go see a live concert, get some beers, sit back, chill out, bring a date, bring your mom, bring your kids. I mean, it really is like there's a couple curse words in there, but it's like it's what doesn't have curse words these days, right? It's real. It's from the heart.
Yeah, I don't think there's any F-bombs.
No, I don't think so, right? Just shit once or twice and
a couple shits and things.
Yeah, no F-bombs. It's not horrible. It's PG-13.
No,
but it's a lot of fun. The band is great. Go see 1 or 2 100 shows. Somebody, I don't know. I guess I could probably. It's not that many. I mean,
stop hyping. We need to still get our own tickets.
So, but yeah, go to duchonvyacts.com. And David has a website now, davidduchovnymusic.com, which is being run by the label. So, hey guys, I'm going to get going. I'm exhausted. I just saw Doctor Strange. Watch my video review of Doctor Strange. I'm about to put it up. Yeah. We're going to tell everybody when to buy tickets after we get ours. Rachel's telling the whole world.
Stop telling people. I've already announced it. I hyped it up like crazy.
So, hey guys, have a great night. We'll see you soon. And I would love you forever. I said, I don't know the words. I said I love you forever. Come hell or high water. Well, babe, the flood's in. I know. People just keep moving around, trying to find the place in the sun, laying the towels and the troubles down. Okay. Yeah, when they start doing the mouth harp, it's time to call it quits.
Stop.
I can't. It stops. I hate when it doesn't turn off.